Greetings and welcome to everybody's favorite wagering show, The Final Wager. I'm your host, Keith Williams, and I had a pretty good weekend. I hope you did too. I'll tell you, Jose had a good weekend. He racked up 2 big wins last week, and he's back for number 3. One problem. Thomas jumped over him on that last clue for $400. Thomas, trailing by 200 now, is leading by 200, and Leslie, who started off strong, still well in contention, 9,700, and this is the first really difficult situation we've had in a while. I'm excited, so let's begin. Jose doubles up. That's going to give him 25,600, 256. Nice power of 2. So for Thomas to cover that, that's going to be 12,600. Now if he's wrong with that wager, he'll be left with 400. So against that, Jose can wager up to 12,400. And Leslie can wager up to 9,300. Now, if Leslie doubles up, she's got 19,400. So to cover that, that's going to be a wager of 6,600 out of Jose. And if Thomas feels compelled just to cover Leslie for some reason, that's going to be 6,400. Now, if Jose misses, let's assume that Thomas is going to go for the lockout. If Jose misses with a $6,600 wager, he'll be left with 6,200. So to stay above that, Leslie can wager up 3,500. So far, so good. That's it for the first order wagers. And I'm going to pick up a red pen marker. And we'll look at second order. If you just look at Thomas and Jose, they're separated by just 200. They go back and forth forever on mind games. If you're this close, this is a situation that we saw in the Tournament of Champions between Sarah McNitt and Terry O'Shea. And on the day that I got pelted with snowballs, this happened as well in the battle for second place. If you're in the lead in a very, very tight situation, you only have 2 choices. You either go for the lockout, or you go to stay above Jose, exactly what Colby did in the Battle of the Decades against Celeste Nucci. 199, though, isn't really a good option because Leslie is probably going to jump over you, and you're basically depending on both of these players to get it wrong to have a chance to win. Not a good wager. So really the only thing that I would do as Thomas is go for everything. Jose doesn't really have a better option himself. I guess he could assume, hey, what happens if Leslie wagers this 3,500 amount? That would put her at 13,200. So that's going to be a wager of 400 for Jose. So now we go on to the zero cover wagers. Jose to cover a zero wager by Thomas, that's 200, but he should also cover that Colby wager, Colby-esque wager. That's 400, we already got that. Leslie to cover Jose, that's going to be 3,100. And to cover Thomas, it's going to be 3,300. So we'll pair that up with the 3,500. And if she wants to cover an unsafe wager, then she should go for twice that amount, or 6,600. If for some reason Thomas decides to wager so as not to fall below Leslie's score, it doesn't really make sense, but that's how the math works. Pretty tight ranges in the end, and Leslie got it right and wagered 94.99. The problem with that is, I think she's saying, hey, they're separated by 200, so I have to just stay above 200. Problem with that is if Thomas gets it wrong, as we saw with this 12,601 wager, he'll be left with 400 or 399. You have to double the difference between first and second to get what the total will be if first gets it wrong and goes for the lockout. Jose also got it right and wagered 10,201. Not sure why he went for 23,000 exactly. Maybe he thought that Thomas was just going to pull a Sarah McNitt on steroids and go for 10,000 even. But he didn't, he got it right, and he wagered for the lockout, 12,601, so big payday for Thomas. He knocks off a very good champion, Jose. Thomas might be an acolyte of Arthur Chu, bouncing around like Chuck Forrest and hunting for those daily doubles and taking advantage of them. Well, taking advantage of one of them and then losing that 3,000 back on the second one in Double Jeopardy. I looked at the number of Final Jeopardy clues over the past 2 months that have been solved correctly by all 3 players, and very, very few. The last time it happened before tonight, January 14th. 32 days without a triple get in Final Jeopardy. That's just absurd. But it's not statistically impossible. I show in this week's By the Numbers that there's about a 0.1% chance, 0.14% chance that any given block of 32 games will have no solves or no triple gets at all. And it's actually happened twice in the past 1,850 games or something like that. So it's right on target. Nothing surprising, surprisingly. All right, this was a long one, but I think we got a lot done here today. Nice work, class. And I will see you Tuesday on the Final Wager.